Breaking at 11, multiple sources confirmed to 12 News a deadly police shooting happened this morning on Milwaukee's northwest side. The scene unfolding around 8:30 near 49th and Mill. That's just blocks from Graceland Cemetery. Moments ago, the family identifying that man killed as 26-year-old Elijah Wilkes. We do have team coverage right now. 12 News' James Stratton and Imani Fleming both on the ground at the scene. Matt Salemi and News Chopper 12 flying above that area. Let's first go to James Stratton.
Mallory, we're at 51st and Mill, a tense scene here. You can see on this side of the police tape family and friends of that man, Elijah. And just beyond that, about 2 blocks or so, you can kind of see the cement truck. Just ahead of that is where the cars are, where that police shooting happened. Now, here's what we know. Multiple police sources tell us there was a crash between an off-duty officer on his way to work at the academy just a few blocks away from here and a man in another car. Police sources then again say they both got out of the car here near 49th and Mill, and the man pistol whipped the officer, according to sources. The officer, who was in plain clothes, shot the man, killing him. Multiple witnesses that we've spoke to said they've heard several gunshots, anywhere between 4 and 6 gunshots here at 49th and Mill. But family disputes those facts, telling us the man who was killed is Elijah Wilkes. We spoke to his cousin just a few minutes ago.
My cousin called me and said my cousin Elijah Wilkes was killed, and we heard that he was killed by a police officer who was not in regular clothing, and it was just such a great loss.
Give me a reaction to hearing that you lost your cousin.
It sounded like another situation from what I've been hearing of a black man being killed, being shot too many times. I heard that his hands was up. It was a young lady who was here earlier, said she witnessed it, and she was a nurse and she tried to help him, and she was told by the officer to leave him alone.
James, we know that man involved was killed. What is the officer's condition?
Trying to get official word still from Milwaukee Police. Mallory, we're told that they will eventually have a press conference here at 49th and Mill. Sources tell us that officer has facial abrasions from the alleged pistol whipping from the man who is now dead. But again, we are still waiting to get confirmed information. All of what we're telling you is sourced information, and the family behind us, a very distraught family, disputes those facts. We are still working to get that official word from Milwaukee Police as we piece together what happened here at 49th and Mill.
Yeah, James Stratton reporting live near 51st and Mill this morning. James, thank you for that update. Now let's go to Imani Fleming, also live near that scene of 49th and Mill. Imani, a large crowd of people showed up at that scene after the shooting.
Mallory, we have been here speaking with family and other loved ones who are just in complete shock and devastation right now, finding out in real time that the person who family says is Elijah Wilkes has died after a police officer involved shooting. Emotions are high. It's very tense still. There was a brief altercation with a big group of people and police, and I do want to walk you through just how it feels here right now, but I did speak with a family member and I want to get right to that conversation. Let's take a listen.
I mean, we're supposed to be burying my uncle today, then this happened. So, yeah, it's unbelievable.
So unbelievable. We're hearing it first. It's been very tense just as people have been driving here to the intersection, getting out of their cars. You can see that line of cars right there. People just double parked on the side of the road, just trying to be together, hugging. We've seen a lot of crying and, of course, screaming family members just as they're finding out that their loved one has died here this morning. It's been very intense, and people really aren't going anywhere at this point. Some folks have been even coming up to us telling us they're not leaving until police clear the scene. I also spoke with he's Elijah Wilkes' stepfather, and I want to get to that conversation as well.
I don't know why you killed him, but it wasn't that serious. You know what I mean? So whatever it was an accident, man. You could have did something other than pull your gun out. You know. So like I said, we'll find out in a little bit. So I'll be out here till it's over. I want to know, why did you kill him? Why did you shoot him that many times? What was the reason? You know what I mean? Over a car accident, obviously a person going to be agitated if you just hit their car. So, you know what I mean? But to kill somebody in cold blood like that, nah.
Imani, you've mentioned multiple times that tensions are high between police and the people that have gathered there. Are there confrontations happening?
There was one earlier, Mallory, with a large group of people that police did have to de-escalate. There was a lot of yelling and crying. I did hear one woman say, she was just on FaceTime with Elijah, and people are just very confused and hurt, and like I said, devastated and distraught right now. I mean, we're seeing the raw emotions of folks who are finding out this information for the first time this morning.
Yeah, a large gathering at the police scene there. Imani Fleming reporting live near that scene of 49th and Mill. Imani, thank you. We also have Matt Salemi up in News Chopper 12 with an exclusive look above the scene. Matt, what do you see from your vantage point?
So here's the intersection that Imani and James are at 49th and Mill. You can see all of exactly what they were talking about. The cars lining the street, some of them double parked, a large gathering of people from the community. And they've actually extended the closure here as the investigation unwinds. This now goes from 49th Street all the way over to 43rd Street where they have the closure in place. You can see they brought in a lot more police vehicles as well. There's a handful of unmarked squads and a couple dozen more marked vehicles. Some of the investigating vans they have brought to the scene as well. So they've expanded both the closure and the number of officers on the scene here. Now the scene itself is where this red crime scene tape is in. This is where investigators have been focusing. There are a couple of vehicles inside of that red crime scene tape. I see four, and I see the white pickup truck, the sedan there, and the black darker vehicle have all been looked at by the officers. And you can see now they're standing right by the sedan that's parked at the front of them with the tarp in front. You can see about a half dozen evidence markers in front of that vehicle, and then there's another half dozen or so underneath a tree here right off the edge of one of those vehicles. You can see about 5 or 6 more in the driveway there. We've seen them marking those. We also saw them out here with a canine earlier, sniffing to make sure they get all of the shell casings and whatnot that they need for the evidence in this case. So they're still working. You can still see a large group of officers right now still talking about the investigation here right in the middle of the street. And again, they did expand that closure from 43rd now all the way over to 49th.
Yeah, this closure lasting lots of blocks. This is a massive scene this morning. Matt Salemi above the scene near 49th and Mill. If you're just joining us and want to get up to speed, here's what we know right now. This all happened near 49th and Mill Road in Milwaukee around 8:30 this morning. Our sources tell us an off-duty officer was in plain clothes in their own car on their way to work at the police academy when their car was rear-ended. According to the sources, a confrontation with the driver of the car that rear-ended the officers ensued, with the off-duty officer reportedly pistol-whipped by the other driver. That's when the officer opened fire, and the Milwaukee County Medical Examiner confirms a man died. We're told the officer has minor injuries. As you heard from our reporting just moments ago, family of the man that was killed dispute all of this. We are working to get official confirmation from Milwaukee police about what happened. We'll bring you updates on air and online. In other news this morning, one person is dead after a fire at an Oak Creek apartment complex Wednesday morning. Police and fire crews were called to the Seasons at Orchard Hills around 8 a.m. yesterday for reports of smoke and a fire alarm. Inside, firefighters found a 29-year-old man who was taken to the hospital and later pronounced dead. Investigators say they discovered a large amount of consumer-grade fireworks in that apartment. The Milwaukee County Sheriff's bomb squad helped remove and destroy them safely. The fire was contained to the victim's unit, but sprinklers caused water damage to nearby apartments. No one else was hurt, and residents have since been allowed back inside. The case remains under investigation.